अरुणाचल शिव अरुणाचल शिव अरुणाचल शिव अरुणाचल
ओम नमः परमर्षिभ्यो नमः परमर्षिभ्यः हरिः ओम उपासकानां यदुपासनीयम् उपात्तवासं वटशाखिमूले तद्धाम दाक्षिण्यजुषा स्वमूर्त्या जागर्तु चित्ते मम बोधरूपम् अद्राक्षम् अक्षीणदयानिधानम् आचार्यम् आद्यं वटमूलभागे मौनेन मन्दस्मितभूषितेन महर्षिलोकस्य तमोनुदन्तं विद्राविताशेषतमोगणेन मुद्राविशेषेण मुहुर्मुनीनां निरस्य मायां दयया विधत्ते देवो महांस्तत्त्वमसीति बोधम् ममाद्य देवो वटमूलवासी कृपाविशेषात् कृतसन्निधानः ओङ्काररूपाम् उपदिश्य विद्याम् आविद्यगध्वान्तमपाकरोतु अपारसच्चित्सुखवारिराशेः यस्योर्मिमात्रं भुवनं समस्तं गुहाहितं तं रमणं गभीरं चिन्ताविहीनं हृदि चिन्तयामि सदाशिवसमुद्भूत शुद्धज्ञानैकरूपिणीं रमणाचार्यसम्पूर्णां वन्दे गुरुपरम्पराम् अन्तश्चैतन्यरूपेण गुरुरूपेण यो बहिः भासते शुद्धबोधं तं देशिकं रमणं भजे यत्कृपालेशमात्रेण स्वानुभूतिः समुज्ज्वलां तमीडेऽहं सदा शुद्धं रमणेशमहेश्वरम्. Yesterday we saw the 31st verse. Actually, we had a very good poem also yesterday. The example given is the musk deer, where it is searching for the fragrance everywhere in the world. All the while, the fragrance comes from its own body. And it is searching it everywhere. This is a very, very famous example. Kabir has sung about this. So the same thing is happening. Searching for whom? And ultimately searching for myself. First you ask, where is God? How to realize God? Then ultimately you understand that is not the question. I have to ask, who am I? Who wants to realize God? Who is here who wants to realize God? Even after seeing God in some form, this question arises. Even after doing upasana, the Upanishads says, nedam yadidam upasate. What you do, that upasana, that meditation, that is not the truth by which you are seeing that. That is it. Yat chakshusha na pashyati yena chakshumshi pashyati tadeva brahmatvam vidhi nedam yadidam upasate. The thing that which you meditate upon, it is not by which you meditate. The thing that you see, it is not by which the eyes are able to see. The thing that you hear, it is not by which the ears are able to hear. By which the nose is smelling. Yasya sannidhi matrena dehendriya manodhiya vishayeshu swakiyeshu vartante prerita iva. by its mere presence, it enlivens everything. So, this was the poem. The fragrance of the divine was wafting around. And I was seeking frantically like the musketeer. You get that fragrance means here there is joy, here there is happiness, so go there. If you get happiness there, go there. After some days, no happiness, leave that. This is the way we go. That is why they call it as marumarichika. Water is there, run. What they call mirage. You go there, no water. Then come back. Then where is water? The place where you started running, water. So run back. And no water there. Then where? Ultimately you have to dig deep to find water. Like that you run here, there is happiness, there is sukham. But the sukham or happiness is there in yourself, in your atma. But it is not revealed. That is why in Aksharamanamālai, Bhagavan gives a very beautiful song. ஊர் சுற்று உளம் விடாது உனைக் கண்டு அடங்கிட உன் அழகை காட்டென் அருணாச்சல. He says Arunachala. Arunachala means not the hill. It is yourself, Atma. If you give the meaning to hill, here it becomes meaningless. In Tiruvannamalai perhaps okay. Sometimes the outer divine beauty you see. No? So, that also, the hill is there, you will not see the beauty. That also you need the grace. Formerly we used to go inner protection. Now they are not allowing. And inner pradakshanam and inner pradakshanam is also there. You can go cut through one hill and go inside the hill. So that way, once Ganeshana, I think he was taking us, or we went by own, I don't remember. Many times, many ways we have done it. So that pradakshana once we were doing, two friends were with me, with whom one of them I spoke 3 days before, that Ramesh, about whom I spoke. He was with me and another person also. So we were going the inner pradakshanam, and at a particular spot, it is in a cutting place. That is, a hillock is there, which the traditional Tiruvannamalai knowing people will say it is not Arunachala. But you will think that that is also Arunachala when you do Giri Pradakshanam. It is an accretion that they say. So, in between you cross, in that spot, suddenly we looked back. That was evening sunset. The sunlight was falling in the hill. I just looked back, and there was a very strange kind of beauty. It cannot be explained what it is. Nothing special. It is not that Shiva came there with jatas, trishulam, nothing like that. It was Shiva. And I held the hand of that youngster who was with me and said, "Look back." And he turned and looked, stood in one leg. The other leg was lifted to turn back. He stood like that almost for 10 minutes, looking at that beauty, completely ecstatic, completely stood still looking at it. And what did you see? Nothing special. Nothing special. No divine light or effulgence. Nothing can be named about it. But the impact of it was so immense that it stood. Un alagai kaattu en Arunachala. So that became meaningful there. No? Un alagai kaattu en Arunachala. So, but that outwardly you cannot always get it. So, Ur Sutru Ulam, the mind is roaming about, wandering. Ur means every place. This place, that place, here I have to go, there I have to go, see this, that. Always running about. Unai kandu adangida. The mind has to see you, Arunachala, as the self within. The beauty of the Atman has to be seen. The beauty of the Atma has to be seen. Swarupa Saundaryam. Satyam Shivam Sundaram. It is truth, it is auspiciousness, it is beauty. So seeing that the inner beauty of the self. Beauty means what? Beauty means beauty. How can you explain it? It cannot be explained, because if it is face, it has eyes, it has nose, it has mouth, it has ears, then you can say something. But nothing. Apanipado javano grahito pashyatya chakshuhu sashrunoti akarnaha. Neither legs, nor hands, nor ears, nor nose, no face. Yet he moves, yet he sees everything, yet he listens everything. And his beauty you see. He is there within you as your Shuddha Chaitanya Swarupa, as the Bodha Swarupa, as your own Atma. And once the mind beholds that beauty, no other beauty fascinates it. Nothing can fascinate it. Shankaracharya has written one work called Anatma Shri Vigarhanam, where he says, when you see the Atma, your fascination for the non-self just drops off. Because the beauty of the Atma is Purnam. It is Satyam Jnanam Anantam Brahma. So Anantam, Anandam, Saundaryam, everything means same. So once you see the fragrance, the musk, the fragrance in yourself. Today morning we were reading from Bhagavatam, Prahlada Stuti, where it says, Atmani bhuvi gandhamiva atisukshmam bhudendriyashayamaye vitatam dadarsha. Bhuvi gandhamiva atisukshmam. Like fragrance hidden in earth, he beholds the Atma everywhere. He beholds the self everywhere. So, this is the song which we saw yesterday. The fragrance of the divine was wafting around. And I was seeking frantically like the musk deer. Death, the hunter hunts the deer for the musk. The deer is me, and I am the fragrance. I am the musk. The hunter I am, and I never stop hunting myself. Is that? I don't know how these were all written. It all happens. The search outside was an illusion as the source is within. I have to dive within and probe into the darkness of the heart. Yes, I have to seek the light which illumines everything. The Swayam Prakasha, the self-luminous being in the womb of darkness. Darkness and light will not go together. But this light illumines darkness also. Even darkness is known by this light. So it is called Kutastha Chaitanya, Tamasaf Parastat. So that is it. So the song that we saw next is taṉṉai-aழித்தெழுந்த taṉmaya-āṇandarukku eṉṉai uڵadu oṇṭṛu iyaṭṭrudaṛku taṉṉaiyalāது அந்நியம் ஒன்று அறியார் ravarnilaimai iṇṇadeṉ unnal yavan. Who can know him? The Tattvavit, the Jnani, who has come out after removing the ego, erasing the ego, the Jiva Bhava, Ajnana. Taṉணai aழிttu eṛunda taṉmaya-āṇandarukku. He has resurrected after beholding his own death. Many yogis, many mystics, they also have sung. Just like Bhagavan's life, Tukaram in one song says, I saw my own death in my own body. I saw my own birth from my own womb. So this is taṉணai aழிttu eṛunda taṉmaya-āṇandarukku. By seeking what is this I, about which we have spoken elaborately. Who am I? What is this me? Who am I? And when the I thought is being sought, when the ego is sought, you find that the ego is unreal, it is not real. And that knowledge is destruction. See, Mano Nasha. When people come to Bhagavan's literature, they very often hear Mano Nasha. The state of no mind. And just think, without mind, how will it be able to talk? How will you be able to listen? And no mind, if mind is not at all operating, that is a disease. So, it is not that simply there is no mind, there is no body also. There is no world also for the jnani. Manaso hi amani bhave dvaitam naivopalabhyate, Gaudapadacharya says in Karika. There is no dvaita. So the no mind is not the destruction of the mind. It is the knowledge that the mind is not real. Just like nothing exists apart from the self. The mind is also a Shakti of the Atma, that's all. The same, it is like the waves arising in ocean, mind also arises, prana also arises, intellect also arises, ego also arises. And nothing is other than the Chit, the Chaitanya. Tadananyatvam ārambhana shabdādibhyaha. There is a sutra in Brahma Sutra where Vyasa Bhagavan says, or Shankaracharya in his Bhashyam says, nothing is separate from the source, from the self. It is all different. Every body is different, and mind is different, prana is different, senses are different. It is all mere vacharambhanam, mere name and form. Like gold, you call it bangle, you call it ring, you call it crown, you call it nose ring, earring, and various patterns. Sometimes you call it teeth. People sometimes, they keep gold teeth. Open their mouth, it's just like the ghost. No? In our childhood, they used to frighten us. Don't go there. A kind of peculiar ghost, when it opens its mouth, there will be fire inside. And it will be shining. So that is called a ghost with fire in its mouth. Tamil we say Kollikata Pisas. So somebody who is having it, they will hear. That is the problem. That is the problem. So, and the Ulladu Narpadu comes, they will first go and remove that and come out. It's no more transcendental meditation. It is dental meditation. It becomes dental meditation. So, tadananyatvam ārambhana shabdādibhya. Okay. தன்னை அழித்தெழுந்த taṉmaya-āṇandarukku eṉணai uḻadoṉ iyaṭṭrudaṛku. taṉṉaiyalā அந்நியமொன்றும் அறியார். He has nothing other than the self. ஆத்மாவில் இருந்து அந்நியம் இருக்கோ ஓய். Bhagavan many places just asks, is there anything other than the self? Is there anything other than the self? Bhagavan will not give answer. Just ask question. You have to answer by your experience. Is there anything other than the self? Anniyam enga irukku oi? Where is the anniyam? Anniyam, the other, comes from thought. For the other you need thought. Other is only in the thought, but I am, is not a thought. It is pure awareness. The other is always a thought. That is why today Bhagavatam, there are very beautiful verses where it says, the mind, the trigunas, the senses, the intellect, nothing, they might grasp the self. The intellect might grasp the Atma, but it cannot hold it. Because they are all adyantavantaha. Adyantavanta urugaya vidandihi tvam evam vimirshya sudhiyo viramanti shabdad. So, the intelligent ones, the wise ones, understanding that the absolute cannot be held by the mind or the intellect, but you have to get convinced by the intellect. After that, what do? They just become quiet. Chumma iru. Do some churning, then keep quiet. Then what happens? Butter comes up. If you go on churning, it will not come up. You have to keep it quiet. So, keep quiet. In that stillness, viramanti shabdad, no more intellectualization, just quietude. There is nothing to do, nothing to achieve, nothing to attain, because nothing exists other than Atma, the self. One Vaishnava devotee comes to Bhagavan Ramana Maharshi. And he says, Bhagavan, I want to do bhakti, but when I try to meditate on Narayana, in Tamil they call Perumal, mind is creating so much problem, it is restless, I am not able to do it. Then Bhagavan is asking that devotee, in his own Vaishnava terminology, Bhagavan using, Bhagavan is asking, according to Vaishnava Siddhanta, see, everywhere they have all this vyuha, that Vishnu, Lakshmi, and then Aniruddha, Pradyumna, all these vyuha are there. So, Bhagavan asks, the body is also Vaikuntha Kshetra and inner is Adhiyajna Vishnu. And what is the mind? And that person says, Tayar. He says it is Lakshmi. Then where is the problem? Then Bhagavan said, then where is the problem? If you know that your mind is nothing but Lakshmi, it is sometimes problem. In a house, husband and wife will fight. Achalo, nishchalo, nātaha, achalo, nishkriyo nātaha, sachala, chanjala, vadhuhu. Dambatyor anayor nūnam, rasabhango bhavishyati. The husband is achala, non-moving, nishkriya, no activity. Just sitting in village, people will be sitting in the outer taṉṉai. Chapadacha. They will ask whether the cooking is ready. After, what are you going to do? By 11 o'clock, go to bath. Only then. Till then sit there. So this is, achalo nishkriyo nātaha. This husband is not doing anything, no movement. Sachala, chanjala, sakriya vadhuhu. That vadhu is all activity. She is doing every work and she is fickle also. And they are fighting each other. So sometimes it happens. So once you know it collectively, bhakti can also give you advaita jnanam. When by bhakti you know the ishavasyamidam sarvam. When you know everything is Ishvara, everything is Bhagavan, everywhere there is Bhagavan, then no problem. In Shakta Sampradaya also, if you go, Sri Vidya Sampradaya, the body is Sri Chakram. And every element is the part of that Sri Chakram. And the center, the Atma is the Bindu, the Baindavasthanam. So, whatever may be your Upasana, you can come to Advaita. Everywhere you can come to this Advaita Jnana. So nothing exists ultimately, anything other than the divine that you are seeing is a hypnosis, is an illusion, is something, it is the cause of misapprehension. Like seeing the snake in rope, you are seeing something else. You do not know its real nature, that is why you are seeing that. If you know what it is really, then that illusion will disappear. The truth will shine forth. What it is will shine forth. To see what is to see God with open eyes also. So, taṉṉai anniyam ondrum ariyar. The jnani does not know anything other than Atma. And Bhagavan adds, who can even infer his state? Who can even understand, get a glimpse of the inner state of a Jivan Mukta? So that is the highest attainment. When one sees many things other than the self, from that comes bondage, ignorance. That is why wherever you are attached, slowly withdraw yourself, make yourself light. So, porul naadu sutramudu varunadi patriyulam marul naadalatru nidamum terul naadum ulattinil nal arul naadi nirkumavar iruľnaṣamutru bhuvimēr tarunarunak kadirin arulnalumutru sukha varunālayatthilēvar. Bhagavan's song, Navamanimalai, Bhagavan says, Porul Nadu Sutram. The mind gets scattered in Porul, money. Even in old age, already crossed 90, still thinking about it. Arthamanartham bhavaya nityam nasti tatas sukhalesha satyam putradabi dhanabhajam bhitihi. The money can destroy all relationship, money can destroy everyone. And there is no exception. Shankaracharya says there is no exception. Sarvatresha vihitaritihi. It is its very nature. So jnanam is very simple. People ask why we are able to understand it, why we are not able to stay it. Because the prerequisites are not there. Bhagavan generally did not say about the prerequisites outsidely, openly. He just, because his dharma is only to tell about the subtlemost thing. Recognize the self. Who is the I? What is this I? But in this song, Bhagavan says, Porul Nadu Sutram. Porul means money. Money. Nadu. Buy this land, that land, every land, and die in a small land. That's all. Some people have bought land everywhere and they have not revealed it to even their son. I know a case where a person had so much money, he did not reveal it to his relative who was looking after him and died. And that person said, I will not do any karma. Because so much selfishness he did not reveal. Because the ego, the I thought is blocked many places. So first, you have to get the outer purity. So Bhagavan here says, Porul, money, nod, place, sutram, relative. Related to so many people, and from there all that problems. Marul nadal, the mind becomes darker and clouded, corrupted, getting more and more dark, polluted. Marul nadal attru. without getting darker, without getting smoky, clouded by dussanga, Terul Nadum Ulattinil. Again and again you are searching for the true jnanam. Constantly in satsangam, Nal Arul Nadi, seeking for the grace of the inner self, the Atma, to reveal itself. Nirkumavar. Such people who are very awake, very alert. There is a saying, I think, I don't know whether it is there in the Bible or somewhere, remove your slippers, the land where you stand is sacred. Beware. So it is like that every moment beware, because it's a chance. Your very life is holy. You are not going to become holy by going to Kashi after retirement. Now this moment is holy. That is why we say this Nama Japa is a very, very powerful thing, because a small thing you chant. And this moment is holy, this moment is holy, this moment is holy, this moment is Purna, this moment is Purna, this moment is Purna. Thus, Pratibodha Viditam Matam. Every moment, it is Purnam, Purnam, Purnam. So, Terul Nadum Ulattinil Nal Arul Nadinirkumavar. What happens? Irul Nasamutru. The darkness is gone, ignorance is gone, Jiva Bhava is gone. Bhuvimel, not after death. Not after death. Here, while living, while you are in the body, Bhuvimel, Tarunaruna Kadirin. Tarunaruna means the dawn of self-realization. The golden hue in the eastern horizon. The Tarunaruna Kadirin Arul Nalumutru. With that grace filled in the heart, Sukhavarunalayatil Ijivar. They just merge in the ocean of bliss. So this is what Bhagavan says here. So taṉṉai aழித்தெழுந்த taṉmaya-āṇandarukku. Here there is a beautiful Tamil song that we need not read now. Okay, so this is the song which we saw. We have already seen this song last day. And now the 32nd verse. Parama pannum adu nee endru a-m-maṛaigaḻ ஆர்த்திடவும் தன்னை எது என்று தான் தேர்ந்திராது அது நான் இது அன்றென்று எண்ணல் உரன் இன்மையினால் என்றும் அதுவே தானாய் அமர்வதாலே. This is the Mahavakya song in Ulladu Narpadu. So in a way, those who have come today, they are blessed. Because this song contains the Mahavakya Upadesha. There are 4 Mahavakyas. Prajnanam Brahma in Rigvedam. Aham Brahmasmi Yajurveda. Tattvamasi Samaveda. Ayamatma Brahma Atharvaveda. So here it is Tattvamasi. You are that. And Bhagavan says, Adu nee endru a-m-maṛaigaḻ ஆர்த்திடவும். Arthidavu means resoundingly proclaim in delight. Marai means the Upanishad. The Upanishad is in Tamil called Marai. Actually, Marai also means that which speaks in hidden language. Gopyam. Paroksha. Paroksha priya ivahi devaha. This mantra will come very often in the Veda Bhaga. Says the devas, they always like indirect speech. And the spiritual language itself is paroksham. The Guru speaks in a mystical language, in indirect way, but the disciple experiences the truth directly. The truth is transmitted as paroksham, but the experience comes as aparoksham, direct. So this is paroksha. Here this Mahavakya is directly, the Shruti is declaring, you are that. The Marai Upanishad, Chandogya Upanishad is telling, you are that. And with so much delight, the Shruti is declaring that. Then, if the Bhakta is prepared, what is expected from us by the Upanishads is that you should do all your karmas without any expectation, without any selfishness. You should offer the fruit to Bhagavan. Then you will have Chitta Shuddhi. Then your mind is turned towards Upasana. And there is tremendous Guru Bhakti in the heart. And the purpose of this Guru Bhakti is, when the person has immense Guru Bhakti, then whatever the Guru says, he absolutely takes it. See, you have to doubt a person only if the person is, you are not convinced about him. That is why you should not simply, for the sake of that, I should have a Guru, I will take you Guru, I will take this person. That way you should not take Guru. You can learn from any person. But when you have a Guru, the heart should say, here is truth. See, those who saw Bhagavan, those who lived with Bhagavan, they never considered him as a human being. N.R. Krishnamurti Iyer, many places, we never felt he is a human being who was born in Madurai, he came to Tiruvannamalai. Vishwanath Swami wrote in Ashtottaram, he said, Amartyaya namaha. It's not a Martya. They never considered him as a Manushya. When Bhagavan was in Virupaksha Guha, T.K. Sundareshwara was 9-year-old. So they were all children. They will run to Virupaksha Guha and T.K. says, we do not know what the attraction is. We will just go there and play and sit before the Swami. And he says, I really thought that he is not a human being. I thought that it is Arunachaleshwara himself is sitting there. The whole body will be shining like burnished gold. He will be sitting and sitting and sitting for hours and hours and hours in stillness. And that was simply, bhava was that it is Arunachaleshwara himself. Veda Nayakan, Veda Bhushanan, Veda Me Uruvanavan. It is not that everybody took Bhagavan like that. There were many who had doubts. There were people who used to criticize. That is all. According to their papa and punya, things happen. That's all. But when the true devotion comes, for them, mukti also becomes meaningless. Because in that very bhakti, mukti is there, because they see that it is the truth, and in that beholding, the truth shines in their heart also. So Tattvamasi naturally happens. Bhagavan says he had so much love for Arunachala. Bhagavan's bhakti to Arunachala is that there is no difference between him and Arunachala. That level, that intensity, that bhakti was there. So, what is the fruit of that bhakti? Bhagavan says, whenever you look at Arunachala, Arunachala is telling you Tattvamasi. So, that is the fruit. And there is no difference between Guru and you. In that way, there is oneness, that bhakti. Then, there is no question of doubt or intellectualization, nothing. Because it is a hill. It is a hill. Either you take him or you don't take him, that's all. In that state, Bhagavan looked at Arunachala and says, Arunachala, what is Arunachala telling? Arunachala is telling Tattvamasi. Every time you look at Arunachala, Arunachala is telling Tattvamasi. You are that. அச்சலனேயாயினும் அச்சபை தன்னில் அச்சலையாம்-அம்மாயதிராடும் அச்சல உருவில சக்தி ஒடுங்கிட ஓங்கும் அருணாச்சலம் என்றறி சத்திய சித் சுகம் அன்றி பரவுயிர் சார் ஐக்கியம் அத்தத்துவமசி அருணப்பொருளாம் அச்சலத்து அர்த்தம் கனம் அது ஆகும் செவ்வாடக ஆருளியான் முக்தி நினைக்க அருள் அருணாச்சலம் உன்னிடவே. You have to do Atma-vichara. But what is this Achala? Is Satya Chit Sukham, existence, awareness and bliss. Paravuyir Shar Aikyam, Jiva Brahma Aikyam. Tattvamasi. Aruna means Tattvamasi. Achalat artham, the meaning of achala, the stillness, is ghanam. It means, the Upanishad says, prajnana ghanam, condensed awareness. Shevvadaga haruliyam, the golden effulgence. Mukti ninaikya arul arunachalam unnidave. The moment you understand, you are liberated. The moment you get the teaching from Arunachala, you are liberated. Adu nee endru a-m-maṟaigaḻ aarthidavum. When all the Upanishads, they delightfully declare you are that, yadu endru tāṉ therundiradu. You should not move this or that side. Just you get the teaching over. No question of further going lesson, further even contemplation, manana, nididhyasana also is not there. That very Shravana Sandarbha, you are convinced. Sakshatkara comes. Adu nee endru a-m-maṟaigaḻ aarthidavum. If you have bhakti, Bhagavan says you should get it like that. Yadu endru tāṉ therundiradu. When the Upanishad is telling you, without realizing it, Adu nān, idu andru. I am that, I am not this. Even this kind of manana is also eṉṉai, just like this thinking. The thought is all made of that. I am this, I am that. All these things is thoughts. Thought process is only about me, 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 me. Uran-inmayinal. Bhagavan says, you do not have sufficient faith, you do not have sufficient strength, purity of intellect to firmly abide in that knowledge. That uran, that strength of faith, strength of intelligence, strength of clarity, if it is there, one hit, it should be over. Brahmajnana is that simple. Uran-inmayinal. Yendrum adu nān idu andru endru eṉணல் uran-inmayinal. Aduve naam-āy amarvadāle. Aduve tāṉ-āy endrum amarvadāle. Always it is shining forth as the Atma. Brahman is always shining forth within us as our own Swarupa. ahasputam tattvamasiti vedah tatapi asamprapya paratmanishtham bhuyo vicharaha matidurbalatvam tat sarvada svatmatayahi bhati. What you are searching, it is always shining forth inside you as your own Atma, your own Swarupa. What is that which is within you as I am, as I? It is God, it is Brahman, it is pure consciousness. It is always shining forth as such. Tāṉmaya-āṇandarukku. It is always shining as taṉ. Taṉ-āy amarvatale. So there is no, it is nothing other than that. The teaching that you are, even casually uttered by the Guru, should be taken as the greatest blessing. Bhagavan has ensconced this Mahavakya in this verse. Hence, this verse could also be considered as the Upadesha verse. Once a visitor devotee sitting in front of Sri Bhagavan was weeping, recounting all his miseries. For a long time he went on relating his sorrows and weeping over them. Sri Bhagavan remained unmoved, sitting majestic and serene as ever. After some time, as usual, Bhagavan said, if you inquire who this me, my suffering, you inquire that, who is affected, the I which suffers will vanish and you will realize that all these sorrows are unreal. Self-knowledge alone is the remedy. Hearing this, the devotee said, I don't see any self. I can only see misery. Today in Bhagavatam, when we were reading, yaṛitteṛuṇda, that is the word, which is the seed and the tree. So, the seed is this inner being. If you want to see the seed, the tree should not be there. The tree is samsara. When you are, either you can see the tree or you can see the seed. Both you cannot see. If your attention is on the tree, you will never see the seed. When you see the seed, the tree has not come out of it. So when you see the self, there is no samsara. When you see samsara, there is no self. So this is the problem. So the Bhagavan says, so Muruganar Swami was sitting nearby remarked, sitting in the presence of Bhagavan and complaining about your sorrows is like sitting on the bank of Ganga and yearning for water. கங்கை கரையிலேயே இருந்து எனக்கு தாகமாக இருக்குது எனக்கு தாகிக்கிறதுன்னு சொல்கிற மாதிரி இருக்குது இவன் சொல்கிறது பார்த்தா. Even practicing spiritual disciplines in the presence of a jnani is like digging a well on the bank of Ganga. This is Muruganar's version. He said, Ganga is there, you can take water. Why should you dig a well on the bank? So even the presence of a Jivan Mukta, you are doing some sadhana, that also becomes utterly foolish. Another devotee added, no, you are standing neck deep in water, because so much satsanga, so much of that is God. You are standing neck deep in water and weeping you are thirsty. கழுத்துக்கு தண்ணியில் இருந்துட்டு தாகம்னு சொல்கிறாங்க. Then Bhagavan said, இல்லை ஓய் கங்கையே சொல்கிறது எனக்கு தாகமாக இருக்கு. Then Bhagavan fulfilled it. Bhagavan said, Ganga herself is declaring, I am thirsty. You are the Ganga. Ganga herself is saying, I am thirsty, I am thirsty. These words were by way of indirectly initiating the listener. You are the solution for your problem. You yourself being water, you still weep with thirst. Stop seeking. Own yourself. You are the truth. There is not even the space for an atom between you and God. Recognize yourself as the infinite reality here now. Unaware of the truth, that he is himself pure consciousness, bliss, and mistaking himself to be a limited individual, the seeker is searching for peace. In order to find peace, he practices various spiritual disciplines and becomes exhausted after ceaseless efforts. Thus, when the act of seeking itself turns painful, the Antaryami himself appears before him as the Sadguru and gives him the teaching, you are not a Jiva, you are Brahman. At that very instant, liberation is attained. The seeker has to compel the inner being to manifest as Guru. Then one word from the Master will put the seeker in the limitless being instantly. That one word is Mahavakya. One devotee asked Bhagavan, can you show me God? Bhagavan replied, no, but I can make you God. Or rather, I can show you that you are already that which you are frantically seeking. The self or I, which wants to see or realize God, when it knows its own real nature, finds fulfillment. Liberation is not to reach somewhere or to attain some state. It is to know that you are not what you consider yourself to be. You are realization. You are freedom. God is your own name. Kunjaswami at the age of 20 met Bhagavan at Skandashram. He had decided to accept Bhagavan's very first word as Upadesha. He belongs to Palakkad. From there he came 1920. So he had all kind of imaginations. See, that is why the Upanishad says the jnani is a mystery. For the ignorant people, jnani is a mystery. So ashcharyavat pashyati. They take the jnani as a wonder. So some mystery is there. Yesterday I told, when Bhagavan, he was taking exercise. And the village people were saying he is making gold from the rock. With that gold only they are making temple, constructing temple. Like that they had all kind of stories. So they used to say once Bhagavan was staying in Padacchēdam Koval. That was the time when Tiruvannamalai was full of plague. The military people also were there. We can know at that time the military people, their standard. Now they have become very daring now. One day the military man, one person came to Bhagavan and said, Swami. Bhagavan was sitting like Samadhi. He said, Swami. He was calling again and again. Then Bhagavan looked at him. Kunja varaya Swami. He said, please come with me. Why? I want to go to the town. You go. Bhayamark Swami. I'm afraid, Swami. He said, why should you be afraid? You have a gun with you. Shirita puli theriyadu enakku gun irukku. He said, I have a gun, but the leopard does not know that I have a gun. It might come from various sides. We don't know from where it will jump. The leopard was there. So we don't know from where it will come. So Swami, please come and drop me in the road. And Bhagavan had to do that. So while they were there inside the temple, there was a alarm timepiece. So the alarm timepiece, the old alarm timepiece, it's not Bhagavan's alarm timepiece, it was the alarm timepiece of the military people. So for their duty call, by night or 3 o'clock, the alarm will ring. It will ring. And few security people were there outside, village people. They are not military people, they were all village people. They also one day came to Bhagavan and said, Swami, konja kaalayila kadava thirandu vidai. Said, morning you please open the door, Swami. Bhagavan said, why? Nanu konjam paakattume. I also want to see. What do you want to see? Say, ille devargalla vandu pooja pandra mani adikira satham kekkudum. He was firmly believing that devas have come and they are doing puja morning 3 o'clock. That is the sound of the alarm timepiece. So I want to see that. So they just believed that. That was there. They just believed that. It's actually a very joyful faith, belief, Deva are doing puja like that. So you would have spread out this news in the village also, very much. So always the people look at a jnani as a wonder, as a mystery. Enna kada sollinonne? Kunjaswami, yes. And Kunjaswami first came to Skandashram. He wants to take, he had decided, resolved to take whatever Bhagavan utters as the Upadesha. So Bhagavan did not speak anything. Bhagavan was heating some rice gruel on the stove. Kumati. He was making a kanji. Some water was boiling. He put some grains there. No, Kunjaswami, what he thought? He thought, I have heard that all these people, these siddhas, they will make some medicine not to die. Bhagavan is making something like that, he will give it to me also. So that was, he was waiting for that. But Bhagavan was making kanji, kuju. Then he took the cover of a basket and inside there were 4 puppies. And he told Kunjaswami, Nalayum pudi. He said, that was the first word, catch hold of the 4. Then said, oṉṇṛu vidu. He was giving the kuju to the dogs. One by one, you leave the dogs. So after this meeting, sitting alone, Kunjaswami was meditating. What did Bhagavan said? Catch hold of the 4. And he made meaning for it, because by the time he was himself a scholar, although a young boy, only 20 years old, he was a scholar in Tamil Vedanta. He said, Nalu Mahavakyam, all the 4 Mahavakyas I have to catch hold. And then desires I have to give up one by one, I have to give up all desires. Understand the meaning, profound meaning of the 4 Mahavakyas, and slowly Vedanta Vijnana Sunishitarthaha Sannyasa Yogad. Give up the desires one by one, clean yourself, leave the whole and become free. So this is the teaching that Kunjaswami took from that. So if we carefully read Bhagavan's talks, it will be clear that their underlying essence is Tattvamasi. You read talks, every talk, every paragraph, Bhagavan will be telling this, you are that, you are that, you are already that. Why do you want to attain? Your very nature is that. Again and again, Bhagavan is not giving you some technique or method. He is telling you, you are already that. Who is this I? Find out the I. The very nature of the I is jnanam. So once you know this, all your problems are solved once for all. Without doing that, people are seeking for small solutions. There is a kriti, Durvasana Pratikara Dashakam. Some people say it is the work of Vidyaranya. Certain Vedantic works are like that. Nobody can say who wrote it. In that work, that great Vedanta Acharya, he says, Ahaspudam Tattvamasi Vedaha. No. Adhyashtamiti Navamiti Chaturdashiti Jyotishkavache Upavasanti Bhaktya. Some Jolsya, some astrologer tells, today is Ashtami, Navami, Chaturdashi, do this, do that. They do it with great bhakti. Even that much devotion they do not have towards the Shruti. When the Upanishad mother, divine mother Shruti tells you, Madhur sahasrebhyaha api hitaishina devena Madhur pitru sahasrebhyaha. More than thousands of mothers and fathers, Upanishad mother, Shruti Mata, is more gracious, compassionate to you. She is concerned about your hitam. Normal mother and father, they are very selfish. They want to glorify their ego by their children, that's all. And that we call as love. Generally it is like that. Whatever I consider that is great in our world, I want my son or daughter to get it, and through them I get glorified. So this is the common that is seen. But the Shruti Mata is Hitaishi. She is concerned about your ultimate good. And she is telling you Tattvamasi, you are Atma, you are Brahma. And the person is not interested in it. Shrutestvaho tattvamasi iti vakyam na vishwasanti adbhutameta. They are not having vishwasa, belief, faith in the words of Upanishad. If you have simple faith, you can attain Jivan Mukti. Easiest way of getting liberation is by having faith to Guru. Sadashiva Brahmendra Saraswati, such a mighty genius, intellect, such a great Mahapurusha. He says, Tustara Dukkhatarangaha Samsara Sagarastirnaha. I have crossed this miserable samsara, which is very difficult to cross. I have now crossed. How did you cross? Everybody? Guru Karunayaivanava, by the raft, by the boat of Guru's grace. Guru Karunayaivanava, and that ship needs wind to take it. Praktana bhagyānukūla marutaya. All that old punya, that punya performed in past birth, it attained fruition in this birth by taking you to the jnani, to the presence of a Jivan Mukta. Praktana bhagyānukūla marutaya. With these two, with the grace of Guru, with the anukulya. Anukulya na enna solluvom? Favor of prarabdha karma, because the prarabdha karma is favorable, otherwise it will create difficulty. All things are there, but prarabdha karma is not favorable. You have many stumbling blocks in your path for self-realization, for shastra jnana, for abidance. So many obstacles are put forward due to prarabdha karma. So the prarabdha karma is also anukula due to purva punya. So many good things are being done. So you get a good place, you get a healthy body, you have all the sadhana samagri around you, everything is arranged, and Guru is there and he is teaching, and you are able to understand it, grasp it and experience it, so then you are certain to get liberated. Guru Karunayaiva Nava Prattana Bhagyānukūla Marutaya Dussaha Dukkatarangaha. The unbearable tsunami of miseries, a wave of miseries, tide of miseries, I have crossed. He says, Samsara Sagaraha Tirnaha. So, and how did you do that? By simply having faith in the Guru. When we look without, its plurality. Within is diversity. Alas, where is that joy of oneness, Advaita? Outward there is all plurality, inward all that separation, Ajnana. The whirlpool of misery was about to subsume me, swallow me. On came my master, breathed into my being his power, and whispered, "Dear child, weep not, wake up. Tattvamasi, thou art that." Anon flashed that blessed state of infinite being, the Purna. Inside and outside fused together as one mass of consciousness. Within is God, without is God. Dream and waking is God. God alone is, not as a person, but the only reality in all forms. So this is the essence of Mahavakya Jnana. So, we will continue tomorrow, the 33rd verse. Aduni and Adu Malal. Next song is like that. So we will see tomorrow. Arunachala Shiva, Arunachala Shiva, Arunachala Shiva, Arunachala, Arunachala Shiva, Arunachala Shiva, Arunachala Shiva, Arunachala, Arunachala Shiva, Arunachala Shiva, Arunachala Shiva, Arunachala, Arunachala Shiva, Arunachala Shiva, Arunachala Shiva. Yato mamatma bhavasi tvameva tato na vachyam mama kinjitasti yathata veshtam kuru mam tathaiva tvam atmanatham ramanam bhajami.